Chapter 441, punished himself to sleep in study room. The scene that you saw yesterday was really just a misunderstanding. She came to me solely to discuss the engagement between Zai Sheng and Chinexai. If the two of them are already engaged, Minlin will not come to look me. So, are you saying that it's my fault? Miao Jing gave Zai Yawai a ridiculous look. This is not a question of who is in the wrong. In fact, nobody is wrong. Minlin is only concerned about her daughter's happiness. Zai Sheng is not young anymore. We can put our mind at ease if we decide on their engagement now. What I want to say is that yesterday, when we were in a discussion, Minlin accidentally slipped when she stood up, hence I lent her a helping hand. Zai Yawai felt helpless. Chi Minlin fell right in front of him. Even if he did not know her and she was just a stranger who happened to fall in front of him, he would certainly help her. But Miao Miao happened to be there at the time. From her perspective, he and Chi Minlin looked as if they were in an embrace. Miao Miao, we have been married for so many years. Isn't there any trust between us? I am a soldier. I have absolute loyalty to the country, and I have the same attitude toward marriage as well. You should believe in me. This was what Zai Yawai was most disappointed about. Trust. Miao Jing said with a bitter smile. I want to believe you as well, but have you provided me the sense of security so that I can have absolute trust in you? No, never. Minlin. What an affectionate way of address. Chinexai? It sounded as if he was addressing his daughter. Miao Miao, what's with this attitude? Didn't I explain clearly to you? Zai Yawai frowned. Miao Miao, you were too much yesterday. You left the army without a word, and you didn't go back home. You stayed outside throughout the night and you didn't inform us. Miao Jing was both amused and angry. Fine, I have gone overboard, whereas it was purely a misunderstanding between Chi Minlin and you. Since you have the final say, why did you bother to explain to me? You can do as you say. I don't wish to talk to you. With that, Miao Jing went back to their room. Zai Yawai sat down and massaged his temples. He was advanced in years. He only went without sleep for a night and he already felt exhausted. Madam, where are you going with the luggage? Initially, when the auntie heard the quarrels, she dared not come out of the kitchen. When she came out later, she saw Miao Jing with the luggage, looking as if she was leaving. You. Zai Yawai looked up and witnessed this scene. What are you doing? Where do you want to go? After imposing on the Chiao family for a night, do you intend to continue to disturb them? Miao Jing sneered. What's good about the Zai family is that apart from this house, we have other apartments. I don't feel comfortable living here. I will stay at some other places. In that way, both of us will feel more at ease. Right now, whenever she saw Zai Yawai, she would be reminded of the scene that she saw that day. She knew what kind of person Zai Yawai was. Since he was married, whether he liked it or not, Zai Yawai would never mess with other women outside. However, Chi Minlin had always been a thorn in her heart, especially since Zai Yawai insisted that his son married Chi Minlin's daughter. It was as if he kept pressing on the thorn in her heart. It not only made her uncomfortable, but it also caused her tremendous pain. In the Zai family's residence, there were many childhood memories of Zai Yawai and Chi Minlin. In the past few years, Miao Jing always followed Zai Yawai around and neglected her children. Apart from keeping a watch on Zai Yawai, she did all these so as not to be reminded of the painful past. Miao Jing took her luggage and had no hesitation in leaving. When she passed by Zai Yawai, she stopped and reminded him, it's good that you still remember you are a soldier. I am your wife. I will misunderstand upon witnessing such a scene. How do you think others, or even Qiu Qin, will react if they see that as well? Will they misunderstand? This is between you and Chi Minlin. I don't care if there's any misunderstanding. but if there's any speculation of your behavior and it affects our children, Zai, I won't forgive you. After saying her piece, Miao Jing intended to leave right away. However, when Miao Jing walked past Zai, he turned, bent down, and lifted Miao Jing onto his shoulders. Luckily, Miao Jing had maintained her figure. Otherwise, even though Zai was a soldier, it would be tiring for him to lift her up at his age. Zai lifted Miao Jing in one hand and the luggage in another hand. He brought her back to their room and left her on the bed. Miao Jing's face was flushed as she was draped over Zai's shoulders. She was so angry that she felt like biting someone. Zai, it's useless. Zai Shen is at home. Do you think I can't make it out of the house? Zai did not answer. He opened the closet silently, took a few pieces of his clothes, his pillow and blanket. Miao Jing gave him a puzzled look. There's no need for you to leave. I will sleep in the study room. They were husband and wife. Why should they live in two separate houses? They were doing fine. Seeing that Zai took the initiative to give in to her, Miao Jing did not know whether she should cry or laugh. She waited for Zai to leave the room before punching at the bed. Zai did not like her, so he was not willing to spend time and efforts on her. Zai still did not understand why she wanted to leave the Zai family's residence to stay at other places. Zai did not understand women. He only knew what was on Qi Minlan's mind. Where's mom? Zai Shen came back at the right time. Zai happened to come out of the room with his pillow, blanket, and clothes, looking pitiful as he walked toward the study room. However, Zai Shen did not feel any sympathy for Zai. Inside the room. What is it between Qi Minlan and you? Zai pursed his thin lips into a straight line. What do you mean by that? There's nothing between us. Your mom has misunderstood us. She fell and I lent her a helping hand. That's all. Zai Shen, you are a man and a soldier. You can't possibly let your thoughts wander like your mom and think that there's something going on between the both of us. If this was the case, his son was insulting him as a father and as a soldier. Dad, don't you think that there's something very problematic with your way of thinking? Mom has been with you for so many years. Don't you know her temper? Do you think it was merely because of a misunderstanding that she blew her top? Chapter 442, Exchange Information. What's the problem? Zai was perplexed. He did not do anything. He merely lent Qi Minlan a helping hand yesterday. Why did Zai Shen make it seem like it was a big problem and he had to do something to solve it and that it was a source of worry and anxiety for Miao Miao? Qi Minlan and you have your own family. Even though what happened between the both of you was in the past, shouldn't you pay more attention to it? You know there is a knot in mom's heart. Why can't you be resolute and decisive like a soldier and cut off all dealings with Qi Minlan and the whole Qiu family? Why must you make Qiu Chenxi a part of our family? Are you bent on making mom uncomfortable? What you said is all because of Jiaonan. Zai's face hardened and he stiffened his eyebrows. His comments were shocking. Zai Shen paused momentarily and adopted a stern countenance. Yes, I don't want anyone to be a hindrance between Nan and me. He, Zai smiled. As a son, you should know your mother's temper best. Do you dare to repeat what you just said in front of your mom? I am sure that when she knows the truth, she will hate Jiaonan as much as she likes her. Zai Shen gritted his teeth. His father was a sly old fox. It seems like you already know it. What do you want and what do you mean by this? His father knew that he liked Nan, yet he tried means and ways to create an opportunity for Qiu Chenxi and him. What exactly was wrong with his father? Let me make things clear. I like Nan, and in the future, she is the only one that I will marry. I have already prepared the marriage report. I only need to submit it to make it official. It is impossible for you to threaten me to be with Chiuchinexai. Do you want me to keep this from your mom? Ziyawai sat down, looking very confident of himself. Miao Miao was the only woman he could not understand in his life. However, he knew his son best. Don't beat about the bush. I want you to reconsider your engagement with Chiuchinexai. Chiao Nan is not suitable for you. Chiuchinexai is a better choice. Impossible. There was no room for discussion. Fine, maybe I should let your mom know of the current situation. She may be appeased, and I won't need to sleep in the study room. He was married, a man with a wife, so why should he sleep alone? Zai Sheng leaned back slightly, but he kept his back straight. If it has to be like this, then we will have to make a life and death struggle. You knew about this long ago, yet you only wait until now to tell mom. Given her stubborn character, not only must you sleep in the study room, but I suppose you will also be banned from her room for 3 years. I am different from you. You have been married to mom for 25 years. To put it bluntly, the time you have with mom will decrease day by day, whereas Nan Nan and I are still young. Even though our days together will decrease day by day as well, as long as we persist, we still have a long time ahead of us. In addition, we are different from you. There's Chi Minlan between the two of you. Both of you do not have many happy memories together. Contrariwise, Nan Nan and I like each other. I have experienced the true love that you do not understand. Dad, in fact, I feel sorry for you. You cannot be with Chi Minlan, and you are cold and indifferent to mom. Dad, do you really intend to dedicate your whole life to the army and spare no time for yourself? Zai Sheng was a man. He knew what Zai Yawai's weaknesses were. Young brat. I am on good terms with your mom. Miao Miao liked him very much and he was very good to Miao Miao. They had a happy time together. Well, you have the final say. It's useless to deceive me. You have to convince yourself. Zai Sheng noticed that Zai Yawai's expression had changed. He knew this was his Achilles heel. Zai Sheng relaxed further. With my understanding of mom, she came back with you as she didn't want to make it difficult for Nan Nan. She is still giving you the cold shoulder. She will not want to stay in this house and will definitely find a way to move. By that time, do you think I should find her a place that she likes? He knew his mother best. Dad, when do you think mom will be appeased? Even if she stays in this house, when will she let you into the room? When you are away for work, do you think she will go with you? She has been taking care of your meals and your daily life for 25 years. If she is no longer by your side, do you think you can adapt? Young brat. Zai Yawai was so angry that he felt like giving Zai Sheng a few smacks on his bottom just like when he was still a child. Whatever he had taught Zai Sheng had been used on him instead. Zai Sheng hit him where it hurt. His attacks were vicious, quick, and accurate. He taught Zai Sheng these tricks in order to deal with the enemy, but he ended up using them on his father. What do you want? Dad, our position should be reversed. I should be the one to ask what you want. Let's exchange information. You should know why your mom flared up. Deal. Zai Sheng agreed. Tell me, how did you find out about Nan Nan and me? Just now, he was caught unaware by his father and hence he had yet to come to his senses. Now that he thought about it, his father should have found out about them not too long ago. Otherwise, his father would never allow his mother to be close with Nan Nan. You're too careless. Chiuchinexai is raised by the Chiu family. She has her means. She came up with ways to get hold of the list of people whom you contacted using the telephone in your office. The list almost ended up in Chiuchinexai's hand. So, this list is now with you. Of course. Zai Yawai sneered. Chiuchinexai might have her means, but she has forgotten that Zai Yawai was in charge of the army. She could think of ways to deceive Zai Sheng, but she could never hide it from Ziyawai, the sly old fox. As soon as the list of people whom Zai Sheng contacted was compiled, it was sent to Ziyawai straight away. As for the list that Chiu Chenxai had, it was a different list that was sent by Ziyawai. Between his son and his friend's daughter, Ziyawai could still get his priorities straight. Zai Sheng turned grim. Thus, you think that she is suitable for me because of her capabilities? This is tantamount to planting a spy around me. He should have expected that Chiu Chenxai would not give up easily. He was so close to clearing every obstacle standing between Nan Nan and him. He had helped Nan Nan settle the problem with Jiao Zijin, but he had created another problem, which was Chiu Chenxai, for Nan Nan. Chiu Chenxai could be much tougher to deal with than Jiao Zijin. It's your turn. Why was Miao Miao angry? What could he do to appease her? Chapter 443, Chief Zai is here. Why is Mom angry? You should be very clear about it. The only advice that I can give you is that if you want Mom to forgive you, stay further away from Chi Minlin in the future. It'll be best if you don't meet her again. Moreover, next time, don't be involved with anyone, except Chiu Qin, from the Chiu family. Within a month, Mom will definitely forgive you. The crux of the problem stemmed from Chi Minlin. His father did not need to understand. It would suffice that he knew what to do. My relationship with your Auntie Chi is that of a platonic friendship. What you've said is equivalent to not saying anything. Moreover, he was tricked into giving information. Sly little fox. Auntie. Chief. The auntie walked out in trepidation. Is something the matter? It's almost 11 o'clock. Prepare a bowl of Miao Miao's favorite Yangchun noodles. Remember to not overcook it. Miao Miao loves to eat those that are cooked just right and not too salty. The soup has to be light and prepared with chicken stock. Understand? Understood. I've done this for a few years. I remember all this. The auntie nodded and prepared the Yangchun noodles with ease. She then served it to Miao Jing, who was in her bedroom. Madam, it's your favorite Yangchun noodles. Chief asked me to prepare this especially for you. When Miao Jing, who was initially a little hungry, heard that this bowl of noodles was prepared upon the instruction of Ziyawai, she burned with anger. Not eating. I don't wish to have noodles. I want to eat rice. That's fine. What dishes does Madam wish to eat? How about I prepare them for you now? The auntie's temper was good. She asked meticulously. I wish to eat. Forget it. I'll just eat the noodles. We can't waste food. Miao Jing sighed. Why was she venting her anger on auntie? Clearly, Ziyawai was the culprit. As she was unable to settle her scores with Ziyawai, how could she torture auntie instead? Madam, then hurry up and eat them. It will turn soggy after a while and you won't like them anymore. Auntie happily put down the noodles. Madam, I don't know what wrong did Chief Zai do, but Chief Zai is very concerned about you. Yesterday, when Chief came back alone and didn't see you, he was so anxious that he did not sleep for the whole night. It was only when the chauffeur who sent you to the Chiao family told him that you were there did he feel more at ease. Yesterday, Chief Zai just sat in the living room for the whole night. Really? Miao Jing felt quite bad after hearing that. After thinking, just as what Chi Minlin thought, she felt that Ziyawai was most likely concerned about her because they had been married for so many years. It was not because he truly loved her. Clearly, this was the Yangchun noodles that she liked. However, at this moment, it tasted so bland in her mouth. Nan Nan. Dad, you're back. On the contrary, the atmosphere in the Chiao family was more harmonious. Has Madame Zai gone back? At the sight that Miao Jing was no longer at his house, Chiao Dongliang heaved a huge sigh of relief. In this lifetime, besides Ding Jiyi, he had never tried to stay under the same roof with another woman. In fact, Xiao Dongliang felt more uneasy than Xiao Nan about this. She has gone back. Chief Zai came to pick her up personally. Oh, Nan, don't misunderstand. Dad was not the one who let the matter out. Although Xiao Dongliang felt he should inform Chief Zai since he apparently knew that Madame Zai was at his house and that Chief Zai was anxious. He could not bring himself to do that as he felt that he would be betraying Madame Zai if he were to do so. Dad, don't worry. I won't think of it that way. I believe Auntie Meow will not as well. Yesterday, when Auntie Meow came to our house, it was the chauffeur of the Zai family who sent her here. I believe Auntie Meow would definitely not let the chauffeur wait for her for the whole night. She must have asked the chauffeur to go home. The next day, when the chauffeur reported to the Zai family, Chief Zai then found out that Auntie Meow was at our house. That's not strange. That's good, then. Xiao Dongliang let out a breath of relief. If this resulted in a misunderstanding, it would be difficult to clarify. Nan, are you hungry? Dad will cook a meal for you. Okay, I'm hungry. After having her meal, she had to go back to bed to make up for the lost sleep. Fortunately, Chief Zai and Brother Zai came and took Auntie Meow away. Otherwise, if Auntie Meow stayed one more night at her house, she would definitely doze off during every evening self-study session when she returned to school. What do you want to eat? Dad will prepare for you. Dad, I'll eat whatever you prepare. Without Ding Jiyi and Xiao Zaijin, Xiao Dongliang and Xiao Nan's life was very simple. The dietary preferences of the father and daughter were similar. Besides, Xiao Nan was not picky at all. Even if Xiao Dongliang prepared something that she did not like, she would eat them. At the thought that when Ding Jiyi prepared meals for Xiao Zaijin not only picked what she wanted to eat but also refused to eat this or touch that, Xiao Dongliang was very ashamed as he realized now that not every child was as difficult to bring up as Xiao Zaijin. In fact, it was very easy to raise Nan. If not for the fact that he misunderstood that Ding Jiyi had endured lots of hardships raising Xiao Zaijin, Xiao Dongliang would not have given in to Ding Jiyi so much previously. Ah good, Dad will prepare accordingly. After Ding Jiyi and Xiao Zaijin left, Xiao Dongliang would think of his wife and elder daughter occasionally. Nevertheless, Xiao Dongliang felt more relaxed and carefree most of the time. His life with Xiao Nan was also becoming increasingly smoother. Nan, eat them while they're hot. Eat more. Judging from how you look, you definitely didn't have a good rest when Madame Zai was here yesterday. After you have your meal, go to bed and rest for 1 to 2 hours. Rest well and regain your energy today so that it'll be easier for you when you go to school tomorrow. Dad, you're so good. As Xiao Nan ate the piping hot meal, she felt moved and happy when she heard the words of concern from Xiao Dongliang. He was no doubt her biological father. He actually could tell that she did not sleep well at all last night. If not for the fear of falling sick due to hunger, which she did in her previous life due to gastric problems, she had wanted to forego this meal. She did not sleep well for an entire night and felt that she could bury her face in the rice bowl at any point in time. Xiao Nan believed that as soon as she could finish up this meal, she would be able to go back to her bed and have a comfortable nap. Who would have known that 1 minute after her meal, a visitor that would perk her up came? Who came at this hour? Xiao Dongliang urged Xiao Nan to go to sleep quickly. He would tidy up the table. Before Xiao Nan could get up from her seat, they heard the sound of someone knocking on the door. Don't tell me Madame Zai came back again. Impossible. Chief Zai was already at home. Why would Madame Zai come again? That should not be possible, Xiao Nan said with some doubt. Why don't you go and rest first? I'll go and open the door. Even if there's a guest, as a father, I should be the one attending to them. As long as the person was not from the Zai family, Nan would be able to take her nap with ease. All right. The 3 family members of the Zai family were all at home. Why would they come to her house? Most likely, the visitor was looking for her father. Just as Xiao Nan lay on the bed, before she could cover herself with the blanket, she heard the estranged voice of her father. Nan Nan, come out quickly. Chief. Chief Zai is here. Chapter 444, Please break up. Xiao Nan jumped in shock. Dad, what did you say? Who came? As she said that, Xiao Nan wore her clothes and shoes. Chief. Chief Zai, good day. Coming into close contact with Zai Yawai, Xiao Dongliang was so emotionally affected that his face turned red. He actually gave Zai Yawai a 90-degree bow. You're Xiao Nan's father. Zai Yawai was quite satisfied with that perfect standing posture of Xiao Dongliang. Reporting to Chief Zai, yes, I am. Can I go into the house before we talk? Yes, Chief Zai. When Xiao Nan came out, she saw her father looking like an obedient soldier. He was standing up in a prim and proper manner, while Zai Yawai, with a serious look on his face, was like the chief that was reviewing the parade. Dad, Chief Zai. Chief Zai, please come in and have a seat. Thank you. When he saw the main party concerned appear, Zai Yawai simply placed all his attention on Xiao Nan. Xiao Dongliang, right? I wish to speak to your daughter alone. Can I? Yes, Chief. At the sight of Xiao Dongliang behaving like a junior soldier falling into his position and standing outside with his back facing them, Xiao Nan was speechless for a moment. Zai Yawai was extraordinarily silent as well. In actual fact, Zai Yawai had seen many people like Xiao Dongliang. All the soldiers in the army behaved this way. But because this was the house of the Xiao family, he felt that this was a fresh experience. Do you know why I am here today? I don't know. Don't know. Zai Yawai did not believe her. You should know clearly what you have done. If not for the sake of Zai Sheng, I wouldn't come to the house of the Xiao family. Xiao Nan clenched her fists and changed from the nervous state she had been in. She lifted her head and looked at Zai Yawai. I'm not sure about that as well. Chief Zai, please feel free to speak your mind. Zai Sheng and you are not compatible. I hope you can take the initiative to break up with Zai Sheng. Furthermore, I've found someone suitable for him. They're going to be engaged very soon. I reject. Xiao Nan shook her head. It's pointless unless Brother Zai tells me this himself. Won't it be too embarrassing for him to come and tell you directly? I'm not afraid of embarrassment. I'm just afraid of not understanding what happened and being like a muddle-headed ghost. At the sight of Zai Yawai's eyes that were increasingly sharp and piercing, Xiao Nan bit her teeth and endured. She initially thought that Auntie Miao would be the one telling her all these. Never did she expect that it would actually be Brother Zai's father, Chief Zai. Moreover, she did not expect that Chief Zai, who was busy with a myriad of state affairs, discovered the relationship between Brother Zai and her before Auntie Miao did. Zai Yawai was surprised that Xiao Nan dared to be so firm in her replies to him despite her young age. Chief Zai, is there any other matter? If there was none, he could leave. Aren't you afraid that I'll do anything to the Xiao family? She had the guts to chase him away. Your Brother Zai's father. Given my understanding of Brother Zai, unless he has grown up the wrong way, you would not do that. You would not bother to either. The corners of Zai Yawai's lips moved. He was both amused and speechless by the interesting way that Xiao Nan put her point across. Chief Zai, do you have any other matter? You're not treating me to a cup of tea. Zai Yawai let out a breath, feeling slightly more relaxed. Xiao Nan frowned. Chief Zai, you may not know. When Auntie Miao first came to my house, she shunned my lousy tea leaves, saying that she was not used to drinking it. Since then, I've only given her plain water. Do you want any? Plain water, then? Sure. Jiaonan really poured a cup of plain water and placed it in front of Ziyawai. Ziyawai asked for a drink. This clearly meant he did not wish to leave yet. Although this was Jiaonan's territory, Ziyawai was now taking an active role, and Jiaonan the passive one. Hence, after pouring the drink, Jiaonan sat facing Ziyawai and maintained her silence. She waited for Ziyawai to speak first. After drinking a mouthful of plain water that he had not drunk for many years, Ziyawai felt a little odd. After some time, he continued and asked, "Does Miao Miao come to your house very often?" "How could that be?" Jiaonan shook her head. "Auntie Miao is more often with Chief Zai. When she occasionally has the time, she will come to my house. If Auntie Miao came to her house every day, she would not be able to take it." "I see." At the sight of the plain water in his hands, he thought about how many cups of plain water could Miao Miao possibly come over to the Jiao family to drink. It was clear enough. "Did Miao Miao sleep over at your house yesterday?" "Yes. My dad went back to the small courtyard of the Jiao family. Auntie Miao squeezed with me on the same bed," Jiaonan replied. "You're really quite smart." Before he could question further, Jiaonan had explained everything clearly to him. It made him feel much more at ease. Ziyawai could not accept Miao Jing being under the same roof as another man. He further could not tolerate Miao Jing sleeping in a bed that belonged to another man. Jiaonan raised her eyebrows. She straightened her back and sat rigidly. "Yesterday, Auntie Miao slept with me. But during the day yesterday, who were you with and what did you do, Chief Zai? Could you also let Auntie Miao feel as comfortable as you do now? One might steal a horse while another might not look over the hedge. Chief Zai should not do that. Miao Miao even told you this?" "What else did she say?" Ziyawai was both nervous and surprised. Nevertheless, the expression on his face seemingly did not change, still looking indifferent. Even his tone was nonchalant. It was so normal as if he was talking to Jiaonan about the taste of the cup of water. If not for that moment of flash beneath Ziyawai's eyes, it would have been hard for Jiaonan to know that Ziyawai was, in fact, very concerned about her reply. Jiaonan crossed her arms. "Chief Zai, are you trying to beat around the bush with me? Why don't we be more direct? What do you want to know? I'll see if I want to reply to you." After fussing for such a long time, Chief Zai's main purpose was not really to request her to break up with Brother Zai. It was about Auntie Miao's matter. It was not quite right. According to Brother Zai and Auntie Miao, Chi Minlan was the one that Chief Zai loved. He was forced to marry Auntie Miao by old Master Zai. But given the situation, no matter how she looked, she felt that Chief Zai actually cared very much about Auntie Miao. "See if you want to reply." Ziyawai snorted slightly. "You're talking so boldly." "That's right. It's Brother Zai and Auntie Miao who gave me the courage," Jiaonan replied courteously with a smile. One was the son that Chief Zai valued most importantly, while the other was the woman that Chief Zai cared about most. Jiaonan suddenly discovered that she was quite lucky to be holding on to the two lifelines of Chief Zai. Although Chief Zai found out about Brother Zai and her before Auntie Miao did, given the current situation, Chief Zai did not seem like he would become an obstacle between them. Ziyawai, whose face stiffened, felt that the smile on Jiaonan's face was extremely annoying. This was because he would occasionally see the smile on the face of his son, Zai Sheng. Chapter 445, Both Have Old Lovers. Ziyawai closed his eyes for a while. His eyes then revealed a flash that was as sharp as that of a falcon. "Right, let's be frank. It's rare that Miao Miao can get along with you. Therefore, I want to ask you some things about Miao Miao. You have to reply honestly. What do I gain out of this? You dare to ask me about what you will gain?" Ziyawai felt ridiculous. Who would have the gall of the leopard to dare to ask the chief of a country that? "Chief Zai, Don't tell me you think that I'm obligated to reply to your questions. You may not know that besides my family members, I'm, in fact, quite difficult toward others. Xiao Nan smiled. Ha ha ha. Zai Yewei sneered. Then, what do you wish to gain out of this? Unless Auntie Meow realizes it herself, or Brother Zai and I tell Auntie Meow the truth on our own accord, Chief Zai, you should pretend that you don't know anything. Zai Yewei put down the cup in his hands. So, you're not that good to Meow Meow and want to lie to her. There was coldness in Zai Yewei's eyes. Instead of being angry, Xiao Nan smiled and glanced sideways at Zai Yewei. No choice. Someone caused Auntie Meow to have a knot in her heart regarding such matters. Yesterday, when Auntie Meow came, she even told me that when I find a man in the future, I shouldn't marry someone whose status is much higher than that of mine, and also not to marry a soldier. It's too much of a hardship. Chief Zai, should I discuss with Brother Zai about how to repay this someone? I agree to your terms. Zai Yewei hit the nail on the head. After all, he had not intended to tell Miao Jing about this. Hence, he could find out information from Xiao Nan for free and not lose anything. Then, what does Chief Zai wish to ask? Xiao Nan secretly heaved a sigh of relief. Auntie Miao had just taken a great blow because of Chief Zai and Chi Minlin. She was utterly despaired. If the matter between her and Brother Zai was exposed, Xiao Nan was worried that Auntie Meow might not be able to take it well and would do something silly. Zai Yewei thought carefully about which words to use. After some time, he only managed to ask a very ordinary question. What is Meow Meow angry with me about? Meow Meow misunderstood me, but I've already explained to her. However, Meow Meow did not seem to accept it. Zai Sheng told me that Meow Meow gets along well with you. Do you know what Meow Meow is thinking about? Did she mention anything to you? Having finished his question, Zai Yewei did not know whether to laugh or cry. He had become too confused out of anxiety. Was it appropriate to pose such questions to Xiao Nan, a young lady? It is fine if you don't know. Having been treated as a tree in a hole by Miao Jing for so long, how could Xiao Nan not know anything? Chief Zai, what are you anxious about? Did anything accidentally happen between Qiu Chenxi's mother and you and Auntie Meow saw it? There would only be a few matters that a woman would be concerned about. Brother Zai said that it was impossible for Chief Zai to have an extramarital affair. In that case, it was merely physical contact then. You've already said it yourself. That was an accident. Chief Zai, I wish to share with you a secret regarding Auntie Meow. Would you like to know? I don't want to know about it. Tell me the important things that matter. Things such as secrets could be revealed later. Are you certain you don't want to know? The matter concerns Auntie Meow and another man. Who's this man? Zai Yewei clenched his fists, his green veins nearly exploding. Xiao Nan lifted her legs. She did that a few times before she could prop it up in a cross-legged position. Chief Zai, I don't think you know this. In the past, when Auntie Meow was still in the village, there was a Chinese teacher in town who was considered primary classmates with Auntie Meow. He liked Auntie Meow very much. If old Master Zai did not engage Auntie Meow to you, Auntie Meow would most probably not be the wife of a chief. She would be the wife of a teacher who had taught numerous students. That teacher had actually proposed marriage to Auntie Meow's family long before. Zai Yewei was astonished because he completely did not know about this matter. Where did you hear that from? Don't tell me you're weaving a lie. This matter can't be lied about. As to why you didn't know. Chief Zai, you have to reflect on yourself and shouldn't be asking me this. The greatest regret in that teacher's life is not marrying Auntie Meow. However, this teacher did well in life too. He became a school principal in the end. Auntie Meow is considered as the most successful and famous person in their area. This teacher recently contacted Auntie Meow to invite her back to her hometown and old school to do some sort of promotion for the school. That principal even said that Auntie Meow's hometown has changed greatly and Auntie Meow may not even recognize it now. When she goes over, he can be the tour guide to bring her around. Chief Zai, what do you think of this matter? Although Zai Yawai did not reply, his face turned completely black, feeling as if the greatest enemy was approaching him. But that was enough of a response for Qiaonan. He only had 2 words to say, no way. No way at all. Chief Zai, Auntie Meow has already promised that principal. She'll be going back after the May Day holiday. How dare she? Zai Yawai stood up immediately. No wonder Meow Meow packed her luggage and said that she would be moving out for a few days. So, it was because she had a date with her old lover. Why wouldn't she dare? Chief Zai, don't forget that you have always been keeping in touch with Qiuchenxi's mother. Both of you have been discussing when brother Zai can marry Qiuchenxi. You know, that principal has a son. After he saw Sister Zai Hua's photo, he liked Sister Zai Hua so much. He said Sister Zai Hua looked exactly like Auntie Meow when she was young. He wanted to be in-laws with Auntie Meow. Auntie Meow is considering whether to marry Sister Zai Hua into their family. Bah! Zai Yawai did not respond. However, Zai Hua, who had finally completed her mission and ran out of the camp to the Chiao family, could not help uttering expletives when she heard this. Qiaonan simply jumped in shock. Zai! Sister Zai Hua, why did you come? It was true that one should not talk behind someone's back. Nan, did my mom really say that she will marry me to the son of that nonsense principal? Zai Hua was anxiety-stricken. She already had someone she loved. Besides, they were already in a relationship. She did not want to marry a man that sprang out of nowhere, one whom she did not know. Zai Yawai shrank his chin. Hua, don't worry. I will definitely not let you marry that person. Dad is certainly on your side. Zai Hua was not only unhappy but also rolled her eyes directly. Dad, you're the first one that I'm worried about. You did this matter before. Didn't you suggest that Zai Sheng should marry Qiuchenxi? You and Mom are really a couple. Your temperaments are the same. You both like to do things such as selling your son and daughter. If you want to get married, go ahead by yourselves. Why did they have to sacrifice Zai Sheng and her? Zai Yawai was anxious. He had wanted to make his daughter take his side and help him persuade Meow Meow. How can that be the same? Qiuchenxi comes from good family background. She is good in her studies and also intelligent. She even grew up together with Zai Sheng. They are very compatible together. Chief Zai, the son of that principal, is tall and very good looking. Chapter 446, Not Against It. Besides, he comes from a scholarly family, having an IQ of 120. He is scholarly while she is athletic. Aren't they a perfect match? Qiaonan continued. No, this is absolutely impossible. That person will never have any relations with the Zai family. Dream on. Zai Yawai's face darkened. He was just like the weather in June, where one could expect a shower anytime. Why? Why? Qiaonan and Zai Hua asked in unison. They wanted to know why Zai Yawai was so firm in this matter. Because, he would never let Meow Meow see that man often. If they were in-laws, they would get to meet during festivals and they would then be in each other's thoughts. Before he could bring himself to say this, Zai Yawai suddenly understood Qiaonan's intention in telling him this. Are you telling the truth? Some of them are the truth while some are lies. Qiaonan stuck out her tongue. She was too daring to lie to Chief Zai. Which of them are truths and which of them are lies? The part about the principal and Auntie Meow is true. The part where Auntie Meow wanted Sister Zai Hua to marry the son of the principal is false. The principal friend has this intention, but Auntie Meow has said that if Sister Zai Hua is to marry in the future, it will have to be someone Sister Zai Hua likes. She is indeed my dear mom. Zai Hua was so happy that she hugged Jiao Nan and pecked on her cheeks. Zai Yai calmed down slightly. Is that true? It's 100% true. Jiao Nan wiped off the saliva that Zai Hua left on her face. What was wrong with Auntie Meow and Sister Zai Hua? One liked to hug people while she slept while the other liked to kiss people. In this way, Zai Sheng's sister had become the first person to peck on Zai Sheng's future wife's cheeks. Zai Yai let out a long breath. I understand now. Do you really understand? Jiao Nan arched her eyebrows and there was a sparkle in her eyes. Zai Yai was angry and amused. Don't be too happy. Although I understand, it doesn't mean I will help Zai Sheng and you. Even without Qiu Chenxi, I have the same thoughts as Meow Meow. Both of you are not suitable for each other. I'm not in a hurry. Since Auntie Meow likes me, I'm sure I will get her approval someday. More importantly, I am still young. Even though I don't think that one's external conditions can override everything, I will do my best to meet your conditions in order to win your approval and blessing. Anyway, Brother Zai is not after a princess. He is looking for a soulmate, someone who can stand side by side with him to face the world. Although there is some difficulty, I think I am up to it. You sound very confident. Without this self-confidence, how could I dare to be with Brother Zai? Zai Hua was impressed with the way Jiao Nan spoke to Zai Yai. She was not afraid of his status and she never cowered in front of him. She seemed to be of his equal and dared to voice out her opinions. At her age, Zai Hua would never dare to confront her father. Nan Nan was a heroine. Zai Yai finally understood the reason Zai Sheng wanted him to look for Jiao Nan. It seemed like he had fallen for Zai Sheng's tricks again. Jiao Nan was indeed smart. It was no wonder that Zai Sheng liked her so much. However, he maintained his stand. At least for now, Jiao Nan was not suitable to be the daughter-in-law of the Zai family and she could not marry Zai Sheng. Why are you in a daze? Go back with me. Zai Yai looked at Zai Hua. She had just returned to Pingcheng and should stay at home instead of hanging out at the Jiao family's residence. What was wrong with all of them? No. Zai Hua leaned back in a relaxed posture, refusing to leave the Jiao family's residence. I rushed back from the army since I was worried about you and Mom. I am exhausted to the bone. In order to complete the previous mission, I haven't been sleeping for 3 days. I'm too tired to move now. I have to rest at Nan Nan's house for a while. Her father would not be able to make up with her mother within such a short time. She did not want to be sandwiched between both of them. Since it was her father who created the trouble, he should suffer for the mistakes that he made. He was not young anymore, yet he had to seek advice from a young lady. It was so embarrassing. Up to you. Zai Yai left for the Zai family's residence. Qiao Dongliang walked Zai Yai to the door. He had thought of going back home after sending Chief Zai off, but he remembered that Chief Zai's daughter was still in his house. He thought for a while, looked up to the sky, and heaved a sigh. Since it was still early, he decided to look for Old Yang to chat with or to have a game of chess. Zai Hua found a comfortable position by leaning back against the sofa. She was in high spirits. She motioned for Nan Nan to sit beside her. Nan Nan, my dad has left. Come and sit over here. I can't. Jiao Nan had a bitter smile on her face. What's wrong? Zai Hua sat up and looked at Jiao Nan with a perplexed look on her face. Are you not feeling well? No, my legs are weak. I can't move. Your legs are weak. Were you frightened by my dad? Hey, Nan Nan, you are so incredible. When my dad was there, I couldn't tell that you were scared. I thought you were so much stronger than me and that you were not afraid of him. Zai Hua laughed until she cried. It turned out that it was only a false show of bravery. No matter what, I couldn't show him my weakness. How could he question me in an interrogative manner in my house? Xiao Nan patted her thigh, refusing to back down to Zai Yawai. At least, she must not reveal any sign of weakness before the enemy left. Come here, I will give you a hand. Zai Hua helped Xiao Nan over to her side and sat down. But it's good to have the confrontation, lest my dad keeps on meddling with Zai Sheng's affairs. By the way, were you telling the truth just now? When my mom was young, did someone hint to her that he liked her and ask for her hand in marriage even before my dad? She had never heard of this. It's true. She did not fabricate it. But my mom never told me about it. Sister Zai Hua, you have to do some reflection. After telling my dad to reflect on himself, you are telling me to do so as well. Zai Hua stretched her hands out in a bid to tickle Xiao Nan. Xiao Nan grabbed her hands and fixed her gaze on Zai Hua. Sister Zai Hua, I am serious. You have to do some reflection, and the same goes for Chief Zai and Brother Zai. Zai Hua felt uncomfortable at Xiao Nan's words. Nan, are you joking or are you serious? Chapter 447, found his way into her house. Xiao Nan loosened her grip on Zai Hua's hand and leaned back. You're very clear what kind of person my mom is. People are vain. We only know to value what we don't have. Auntie Miao is a good mother, but she has lost herself because of Chief Zai. When I look at your family of four and the happy days that all of you can have, and how your family has ended up to be, I feel sad and find that it is such a pity. Zai Hua turned silent at Xiao Nan's words. She was lost for words. In the past, she never felt anything wrong with the way her family members got along with one another. Zai Sheng and she had gotten used to the fact that her mother would follow her father around and neglect her children. In retrospect, had they been too independent such that her mother felt that she was not needed, and hence could only follow her father around? It was not easy for her to transform from a village girl to be married to a family that came from a revolutionary background and became the wife of the chief of the army in a few years' time. Not everyone could adapt well to the huge transformation. After thinking about it, Zai Hua said, "Shall I go back now to accompany my mom? You must chat with her and share a bed with her." Since she was hugged by Auntie Miao through the night, Sister Zai Hua must have a taste of how it was like to be hugged by Auntie Miao as well. I can eat and chat with her, but I would rather not share a bed with her. Since a young age, she has never shared a bed with me. Zai Hua could not help but tremble. Well, enough of this. I must go back to accompany and persuade my mom. I must help her lecture my dad. Every day, his dubious dealings with his old lover, Chi Minlin, never stopped and even insisted on having Chiu Jinexai as his daughter-in-law. It was great that there was a turning point in the engagement between Zai Sheng and Chiu Jinexai. Her father finally understood. Zai Hua did not idle at the Chiao family's residence. Instead, she stood up feeling energized and rushed back to the Zai family's residence. Xiao Nan bid her goodbye and reminded her to close the door on her way out. Xiao Nan did not sleep well for a night. She could not wait to plop down on her bed to sleep. Besides, after the talk with Zai Yawai, she felt physically and mentally exhausted. Fortunately, it was only once in a blue moon. Otherwise, her body would not be able to take it. Xiao Nan took off her jacket and shoes and lay down on her bed. She fell asleep in no time. Xiao Nan had only been asleep for about half an hour when someone pushed the door open and went into Xiao Nan's room. Seeing that Xiao Nan was in a deep sleep, Zai Sheng closed the door quietly and took off his shoes and jacket. He hugged Xiao Nan in his arms and lay down to sleep. By the time Xiao Nan woke up, she could smell the aroma of nicely cooked dishes. Xiao Nan got dressed, washed her face, and yawned as she came out. "Dad, what is it that you are cooking? It smells nice." "Brother Zai." Xiao Nan blinked her eyes in confusion. Why was Brother Zai at her house? Why did all the people from the Zai family come to her house today? Nan Nan, you are awake. Wash your hands and get ready to eat. Xiao Dongliang, who came out with the dishes, felt way more awkward than Xiao Nan. Just now, when Zai Sheng and Xiao Dongliang were busy cooking in the kitchen, Zai Sheng kept asking Xiao Dongliang about Xiao Nan's eating preferences, whether she liked to have her dishes salty or plain. Xiao Dongliang felt very uncomfortable and awkward. Xiao Dongliang knew Zai Sheng's intentions toward Xiao Nan. If Zai Sheng was not a soldier or a regiment commander, Xiao Dongliang would have sent him away. Xiao Nan walked to stand by Xiao Dongliang's side. Dad, why is brother Zai at our house? When did he arrive? She had no recollection at all. Seeing that Xiao Nan stood by his side instead of ignoring him and standing by Zai Sheng's side, Xiao Dongliang gave Zai Sheng a smug look and said, I don't know. When I reached home, he was already here. Didn't you open the door for him? No, I did not. When Sister Zai Hua went back, I asked her to close the door for me and I went to sleep right away. Yesterday, Auntie Meow stayed for the night. I didn't sleep at all, so I was very sleepy. Dad, you have no idea when Brother Zai came as well. When you came back, what was Brother Zai doing? Xiao Dongliang's face darkened. I saw him coming out of your room. Was that the truth? He said he was here to see you. But seeing that you were sleeping, he did not disturb you. Xiao Dongliang did not really trust Zai Sheng's words. He went into Xiao Nan's room and checked that she was fine and fast asleep before setting his mind at ease. Afterward, he kept a close watch on Zai Sheng. Last time, Xiao Nan had revealed some of her feelings about Zai Sheng to Xiao Dongliang. Initially, Xiao Dongliang found it hard to believe. But seeing that Zai Sheng kept asking about his daughter's hobbies and eating preferences, Xiao Dongliang had no other choice but to believe her words. Zai Sheng was already an adult, while Nan Nan was still young. Xiao Dongliang felt that Zai Sheng's behavior was a disgrace to the soldiers. Nan Nan, come and have your meal. Zai Sheng did not mind that Xiao Nan stood by Xiao Dongliang's side instead of his. He was in high spirits because of the sweet nap just now. Brother Zai, is it fine for you not to be at home? Xiao Nan took the bowl and chopsticks from Zai Sheng. Certainly, there isn't any problem. Haven't you solved it? Is it really solved? She could not help but doubt his words. Don't worry, just dig in. You slept for so long during the day. Will you be able to sleep at night? Zai Sheng placed some vegetables into Xiao Nan's bowl. Had he found his way into her house and claimed ownership? Don't worry. In fact, I am a good sleeper. But given her current situation, she could not sleep for too long. Xiao Dongliang cleared his throat loudly while glaring at Zai Sheng. He felt anger boiling inside him. Dad, is your throat uncomfortable? I will get you a cup of tea. Xiao Nan did not realize that it was, in fact, a silent fight between the father-in-law and son-in-law. Xiao Dongliang drank the tea that Xiao Nan poured for him. Not only was his throat comfortable, but he also felt better now. Daughters are better than sons. Daughters are more considerate. Nevertheless, he was angry that someone was after the apple of his eye. Uncle Xiao, is that so? Shall I pour you a cup of warm tea? Even though Xiao Nan was still very young, Zai Sheng had set his sights on marrying her. He found nothing wrong with that. However, if he and Nan Nan had a daughter in the future and someone did the same to his daughter, he would beat the person to a pulp. Xiao Dongliang rolled his eyes and waved his hand. No, the cup of tea that Nan Nan poured for me is just nice. You don't have to bother yourself. What a joke. The drink that his daughter poured for him was definitely sweeter than the drink poured by somebody's son. Chapter 448, A Face Full of Disdain. That night, Zai Shen not only stayed at the Chiao family's residence to accompany the father and daughter for dinner but also dawdled to watch the evening news together with them. He was only willing to leave when it was 7:30. Once Zai Shen left, Chiao Dongliang immediately closed the door. Nan Nan, do you really know Zai Shen or are you both just having fun? You're a girl. You can't play with this kind of matter. Moreover, you're now just a first-year senior high school student. Nan Nan, please don't do anything foolish at this moment. Are you and Zai Shen? He had not wished for a son-in-law but the son-in-law appeared. It was too annoying. Dad, don't worry. I assure you that I will definitely do well in my studies. Just watch after me. If there's an issue with my academic results, I promise you that I will certainly not meet Brother Zai unless my grades improve or even before I graduate from senior high school. Will that do? Chiao Nan smiled and leaned beside Chiao Dongliang. Her voice was soft and sweet. Really? Yes. Chiao Dongliang sighed. All right, Nan Nan. Dad will believe you once. Remember what you told Dad today. If your grades suffer because of this, don't blame Dad for being heartless. Nan Nan, you know the wealth and status of the Zai family. Actually, Dad doesn't want you to go through hardships. In fact, being simple and ordinary is the reality. It's also happiness. The entry status of the Zai family was too high. He was afraid that before Nan Nan could get into the family, she would be stumbled by the high standards of the Zai family and suffered a major and merciless setback. Chiao Dongliang was aware that, recently, the few members of the Zai family were seemingly on good terms with their family. In particular, today, all the 4 family members of the Zai family came to his house one after another. However, that was only because Madame Zai liked Nan Nan. When the party who liked Nan Nan was changed to Zai Shen, the situation would be very different. The Zai family could accept a goddaughter like Nan Nan but may not be willing to accept a daughter-in-law like her. Chiao Nan pursed her lips for a moment. Dad, I'm doing this because of Brother Zai. In this world, besides Dad, Brother Zai is the only one who's good to me. A man that's so good to me and also so outstanding. Dad, tell me, how many women in this world will not be tempted? Dad, don't look down on me. I'll definitely work hard. When I'm successful in the future, I won't let the Zai family use my family background as an excuse to stop me from being together with Brother Zai. Such arrogant words. You're not afraid of being a laughingstock. Chiao Dongliang was both angry and amused. Mostly, his heart ached that Chiao Nan had to work so hard. What's there to be afraid of? I'll walk my talk. Furthermore, she had already said this to Chief Zai in the exact same manner. Chiao Dongliang touched Chiao Nan's head. Nan Nan, you're still young. There's nothing wrong in working hard. Dad won't advise you regarding other matters, but Dad just hopes that you will promise me one thing. As a lady, you have to love and protect yourself. I heard that you also learned this at school. Do you understand what Dad means? Until now, Chiao Dongliang could not forget that piercing feeling in his heart the moment he saw Zai Shen coming out of Chiao Nan's bedroom. It was as if his precious treasure had been taken away by someone. Dad, what are you talking about? Brother Zai is a gentleman. I'm not stupid either. Chiao Nan blushed. She had been dating Brother Zai for a few months. Besides holding hands and having little hugs, they had never kissed. Even in this era, it was very rare to have such a pure love and dating relationship such as that of Brother Zai and her. It's good that you understand. Chiao Dongliang also felt embarrassed. Regardless, he had to say that. Nan Nan was still young, not knowing much about such matters. Zai Shen was much older and perhaps even knew things that he should not know. He had to protect Nan Nan properly in case Nan Nan got bullied. In short, Chiao Dongliang was worried that Zai Shen was older and his body was mature. He might not be able to control his physical needs when he was together with Jiaonan. You're back. In the house of the Zai family, Zai Yai said coldly when he saw his son coming back in a happy mood, I thought you're not coming back today. Sooner or later. After he married Nan Nan, they would have their own home and he would no longer come back to the house of the Zai family every day. Zai Yai snorted and slammed the table in anger. The two of them was not even in marriage talks yet, but Zai Sheng already intended to move out after marrying the daughter-in-law. That was so ill-disciplined and out of control. Was it his family marrying a daughter-in-law or was it his son marrying into another family? Miao Jing, who just came out to get water, saw this and was stunned. What's the matter? Is the daughter Qi Minlan gave birth to with others so good? You like her so much and keep calling her Chenexai. I gave birth to a son for you, but you are so annoyed at him that you scolded and shouted at him. Zai Yai's expression turned stiff. I didn't mean that. Besides, didn't I already promise you that I won't interfere in the matters between Zai Sheng and Xiu Chenexai anymore? They could get together if they want to. Otherwise, I'll definitely not say another word. You've been wishing and hoping for Xiu Chenexai to be your daughter-in-law for almost 20 years. Now, you've changed your mind in one day. How will I know when you'll suddenly go back on your promise? Miao Jing expressed her doubts in Zai Yai's integrity. In the past, before she appeared, didn't Zai Yai also tell Qi Minlan that he would definitely marry her? However, in the end, Miao Jing was the one who married into the Zai family. Zai Yai said something? Whatever Zai Yai said in the Zai family had no weight. Clearly, Miao, who was normally so good-tempered and accommodating to him, tended to explode like a volcano recently. Her temper was extremely bad. It was like the firecrackers which burst immediately upon lighting them up. Zai Yai felt helpless, missing the Miao Jing in the past. I'm a soldier and I take promises very seriously. How will I not keep my promise? Miao Jing laughed sarcastically at Zai Yai until the latter's face turned black. Miao Jing was not referring to other matters. It was because Zai Yai was the one who said it himself to let Xiu Chenexai marry Zai Sheng. If Zai Yai was serious about all his promises, then what about his previous words to the Qiu family and Qi Minlan? Wouldn't that count? That serious look of Miao Jing made Zai Yai's head hurt. Fortunately, this was his own wife who gave birth to 2 children for him and supported him for many years and was not a soldier under his wing. Otherwise, Zai Hua, who was eating an apple, broke into a laughter that was as ugly as the sound of a duck. She felt that her mother's aura and might were powerful today. It would be good if her mother had done this earlier. Mom, since we have time now, why don't the two of us have a chat to bond with each other? In particular, they could talk about the matter regarding that principle. How about that? Miao Jing looked at Zai Hua with disdain. I don't want to chat with you. What are you going to talk to me about? Training the soldiers or carrying out your mission? I don't like to chat about the things that you're interested in. You also don't understand the things that I'm interested in. It's meaningless. Zai Hua, who finally wanted to become a filial daughter, was actually shunned to this extent by her mother. She crumbled to the ground, wanting to vomit blood. Chapter 449, The Mighty Miao Jing. Zai Sheng, didn't you just come back from the Jiao family? How's Nan Nan? Miao Jing felt a little guilty. She knew that while she slept well last night, Jiaonan did not. At the thought of the look on Jiaonan's face this morning, Miao Jing even started to suspect if the way she looked when she slept had deteriorated recently. Otherwise, why would Jiaonan become like that? When Miao Jing mentioned Jiaonan, Zai Yai gave Zai Sheng a glance. He was very displeased. This lad was keeping it from Miao because of Jiaonan. Zai Sheng ignored the interrogative eyes of Zai Yai. Quite good. Uncle Chiao knows how to take care of Nan Nan well. He even prepared soup for Nan Nan. Nan Nan is studying in senior high school now and the stress level is high. The good thing is that Uncle Chiao is very attentive. With Uncle Chiao taking care of her, there shouldn't be any major problems. Most importantly, Chiao Zijin and Ding Jiyi were not in Pingcheng. This greatly reduced Nan Nan's stress among other factors. She was not only more relaxed but was also in a much better state than before. Miao Jing smiled. That's good. Zai Yaowai frowned. 3 vertical lines appeared on his forehead. Miao Miao was too simple and honest. She had no idea that she was kept in the dark by these 2 kids, Zai Sheng and Chiao Nan. As if he had guessed Zai Yaowai's thoughts, Zai Sheng threw him a glance and hinted at Zai Yaowai not to kick him to the curb after he had outlived his usefulness. Zai Yaowai snorted coldly and retracted his gaze. If the person that he had promised was Zai Sheng, there would not be any problem. However, he had an agreement with Chiao Nan. As the chief of the army, how could he not keep to his words and lie to a young lady? Zai Yaowai flipped the newspaper that he did not manage to read at all. Miao Miao, I'm meeting Chiu Qin tomorrow. Are you coming with me? It's not good for me to go. It won't be nice if I disturb Chi Minlin and you from reminiscing about the past. It was another meeting with the Chiu family. Of course, she would not go. In the future, as long as Chiu Chenexai and Chi Minlin were present, she would not join in the fun. Since she could not afford to provoke them, she would just avoid them. This time, after Miao Jing sorted out her thoughts, she particularly detested Chi Minlin and Chiu Chenexai. Even Chiu Qin was affected. In actual fact, ever since Miao Jing sorted out her thoughts, she did not understand why Chiu Qin did not seem to have any feelings in regard to the relationship between Zai Yaowai and Chi Minlin. As a woman, she did not feel at ease and was extremely unhappy about it. However, Chiu Qin was even willing to marry his daughter to Zai Sheng. Was he still considered a man? Chi Minlin won't be going. It'll just be Chiu Qin and me tomorrow. It was rare that Zai Yaowai was patiently explaining this to Miao Jing. Miao Jing hesitated for a while. What do you wish to talk to Chiu Qin about? Chi Minlin will not be there, yet you want me to go along. Since none of you are willing to, then let's forget about the matter between Zai Sheng and Chiu Chenexai. However, the 2 families have been talking about this for years. Even if it's not going to happen, we should formally discuss this with the other family to express our apologies. It's not good to hold back Chiu Chenexai. Zai Yaowai was accustomed to having a proper closure in everything. Even if the matter did not work out eventually, they should formally inform the other party and not leave any doubts or areas of uncertainty. If the Chiu family misunderstood their intentions and Chiu Chenexai did not find another boyfriend, they would be holding her back during her prime years. That would not be good. It was not an issue if they did not become in-laws, but they should not become enemies. Miao Jing lifted her face and looked at Zai Yaowai in disbelief. Have you really decided? After talking to Chiu Qin, then Zai Sheng really did not need to marry Chiu Chenexai anymore. Yes. Having been through many difficulties to regain Miao Jing's attention, Zai Yaowai became more relaxed and changed his seating posture. He even straightened his back as if he was a child on his first day at school who was trying to leave a good impression on the teacher. If you're really certain and won't have any regrets, let's settle this matter, then. However, you only asked to meet Chiu Qin. It's not appropriate for me to be present as well. Chiu Qin may feel awkward with too many people around. That won't be nice. No matter what, this was a rejection of marriage. Alright, then I'll go alone tomorrow. Mom, you're so powerful. Zai Hua gave Miao Jing a thumbs up. This was totally unexpected. Her father liked Chiu Chenexai so much and simply treated her like his own daughter. In the end, her father actually changed his mind because of her mother and discarded the idea of letting Zai Sheng marry Chiu Chenexai. Actually, her mother had a very important place in her father's heart. Why couldn't she tell? During the weekend, Chi Minlin looked into the mirror as she applied facial products on her face. Although the products were branded and expensive, there was not a single expression of happiness on her face. Qiu Qin was dressed in his jacket and coat. He picked up his car keys and was prepared to go downstairs. Chi Minlin knitted her brows. It's so early in the morning and you're going out in your car. Where are you going? Are you not having breakfast first? Qiu Qin was aware that Chi Minlin had been throwing a fit for 2 days. When he thought about the happy and glorious look on Chi Minlin's face each time she returned from the house of the Zai family in the past, Qiu Qin actually felt quite pleased to see the hurtful expression on Chi Minlin's face when she came back on this occasion. No, I have a meeting with someone to discuss something. Man or woman? Chi Minlin could meet Zai Yawai in private, but she would definitely not allow Qiu Qin to be on close terms with any woman. Man, moreover, it was someone that Chi Minlin knew and wished to meet. Fine, go ahead. Don't forget to go to work. My parents are back this morning. They want to come by to discuss the marriage between Chenexai and Zai Sheng. We can't delay this matter any longer. Even if we can't do it now, no matter what, we should ask Zai Sheng to register and file the marriage report to confirm the marriage. To a soldier, once they had gone through this procedure, Chenexai would already be considered as Zai Sheng's wife, although there was no formal marriage certificate. She would be the daughter-in-law of the Zai family and the wife of the future chief. Qiu Qin laughed. What's the matter? When you met Zai Yawai in the camp last time, did he already tell you when Zai Sheng and Chenexai will be engaged? If that was the case, why would Zai Yawai request to meet him today? No, he didn't. After applying the hand cream on her hand, Chi Minlin finished off and smiled at herself in the mirror. However, brother Zai has treated me very well since young. He always keeps his promise. As he has said he'll let Chenexai marry Zai Sheng, then no one in the Zai family can oppose him. Many years ago, she was clearly the one who knew brother Zai first, and he had said that he would marry her. If old Master Zai had not been saved by Miao Jing's father, and if he had not insisted brother Zai to marry Miao Jing to repay the kindness, Miao Jing would still be planting vegetables in the village. In the past, she was definitely the one that brother Zai liked, but he married Miao Jing because of old Master Zai. They even had Zai Sheng and Zai Hua. Now, Zai Sheng certainly had no choice but to listen to brother Zai to marry Chenexai and not another woman. Really? Then, I wish both of you mother and daughter all the best in your dreams. Taking the car keys, Qiu Qin left without even looking back. The sweeter Chi Minlin's tone was when she mentioned Zai Yawai, the colder Qiu Qin's expression and eyes looked. She was married to him for more than 20 years, yet she was always so snobbish and arrogant when she faced him. Chapter 450, would not hold up the lady in your family. The most unacceptable thing to Qiu Qin was that Chi Minlin always pretended to be gentle and lovely in front of Zai Yawai. He really did not understand why he married such a woman. Right, I have something on today. I won't be back tonight. You all don't need to wait for me to have dinner. Settle it yourselves. You're not coming back again. Chi Minlin was so furious that she simply took the cosmetic products and smashed them at Qiu Qin's ankle. This was the 5th time this month. What was keeping Qiu Qin so busy? In comparison, Zai Yawai, a man with such high status and power, would either keep Miao Jing by his side or stay at home with her. He would never stay out until late into the night and not be by Miao Jing's side. Chi Minlin's expression turned even uglier at the thought of this. Initially, such a formidable man that was hard to come by should be her husband. Why should Miao Jing, that village girl, be leading such a good life after snatching away her happiness? Don't come back. Don't come back. If you're capable, don't come back forever. Mom, what are you doing? Is it meaningful to vent your anger on these things? Qiu Chenexai, who heard the noise, picked up the items and placed them in front of Chi Minlin's vanity table. Mom, Where's Dad going so early in the morning? How would I know? He said he is meeting someone. Chi Minlan restrained her anger and said nonchalantly. Chiu Chenexai knitted her brows. Mom, do you know who Dad is meeting? Why do I keep feeling that Dad is often not at home recently? Could Dad be? No, your dad doesn't have the guts to do so. Chi Minlan gave a scornful smile. Old Master Zai liked Miao Zheng. Brother Zai had to give her up and married Miao Zheng. Chiu Qin also had a similar situation. She was married to the Chiu family because her in-laws liked her. Although Chiu Qin disliked her, he also married her abidingly. After she gave birth to a daughter for him, would Chiu Qin dare to treat her badly? Chi Minlan prevented Chiu Qin from getting too close to other women, but she never thought that Chiu Qin would betray her or even had an extramarital affair behind her back. Your dad is meeting a man today. I have your dad in my hands. Don't worry. Chiu Chenexai sighed. Mom, actually, it's quite good that you found a man like that whom you can hold in your hands. Mom, when you looked for Uncle Zai the day before, what did he say exactly? I feel that Zai Sheng has changed. He's different from before. He must have found someone that he likes. Haven't you been investigating? What's the outcome? Chi Minlan actually did not believe this. In the past, besides being close to her, she had never seen Zai Yaowai give face to any other young ladies despite many tried to get close to him given his personal qualities and family background. She seemed to be the only one who received Zai Yaowai's gentleness. Zai Sheng's temperament was exactly the same as that of Zai Yaowai. If Zai Sheng was not even willing to marry Chenexai, given Zai Sheng's bad temper, it was impossible that he would come into contact with another woman or take a liking to someone else. Nothing. Won't that do? Be rest assured. Mom will definitely help you fulfill your wish. Zai Sheng can't escape. Since Miao Jing snatched her man, she would let her daughter snatch Miao Jing's son. When Zai Sheng and Chenexai became very sweet to each other and were very much in love, she would definitely ask Chenexai to go back to her house frequently and do her confinement there when they had a child. She would also take care of her maternal grandchild. Miao Jing could forget about touching even the collar of her grandchild. Mom, when she heard Chi Minlan talking about visiting parents' home and grandchild, Chiu Chenexai blushed in embarrassment and stomped her feet non-stop. Alright, what's there to be embarrassed about in front of Mom? I've already told you before that a man at Zai Sheng's age is actually quite impulsive. You just have to grab one opportunity to be alone with Zai Sheng and become Zai Sheng's woman earlier. If you really become pregnant with his child then, that'll be the best. Even if you don't, it's fine too. What's done can't be undone. Chenexai, you have to work hard yourself. Didn't you buy a lot of new clothes recently? Wear them. Mom, I'm not talking to you anymore. I'm going back to my room. Chiu Chenexai was both angry and anxious. She did not mind being taken advantage of and becoming Zai Sheng's woman earlier. However, Zai Sheng always kept a distance from her when only the two of them were occasionally alone together. They did not even touch each other's hands, let alone sleeping together. Initially, Chiu Chenexai still retained her woman's dignity and waited for Zai Sheng to take the initiative. She even thought about rejecting Zai Sheng the first 2 times that he initiated to be close to her. He would not cherish something that he could obtain so easily. At the 3rd time, she would then allow Zai Sheng to hold her hand and progress further. Even Chi Minlan did not know that Chiu Chenexai had fantasized about this when she was just 16 years old. She's 22 years old this year. They had not even hold hands, let alone further progression. Chiu Chenexai was too embarrassed to tell her mother about this matter. The mother and daughter ended their happy too early conversation. Chiu Qin also rushed to the meeting place as per prior agreement. He saw Zai Yaowai sitting there, waiting. Chiu Qin could not help feeling a little nervous. Chief Zai, so sorry. I'm late by 5 minutes and made you wait. Actually, I could go to your house. There is no such need. As for the reason, you should know. I don't want my wife to be unhappy. Ziyawai was not angry. He was here to withdraw the marriage agreement and was the one in the wrong. It was just waiting for 5 minutes. Ziyawai still had this bit of patience. Yes, yes, yes. Chuchin dared not put on any airs in front of Ziyawai. That was precisely why he had never revealed any unhappiness in front of Ziyawai, no matter how unhappy he was inside. He had a very high tolerance level. At the sight of Chuchin's behavior, Ziyawai pursed his lips. As a man, Ziyawai looked down a little on people like Chuchin, who was spineless and yielded to power. However, in the corporate world and society, this kind of people was considered smart. No matter what happened, they would definitely not leave any troubles or handle. Everyone would meet and part amicably. The reason I requested to meet you today is to discuss Zai Sheng and Chuchin's matter. Chuchin relaxed his frown. He realized the change in the way Ziyawai addressed his daughter. It was as if he was keeping a distance. Chief Zai, please feel free to be frank in your words. I'm already prepared for this. In another year's time, it will be the 21st century. This is an era of democracy. Even if we want to matchmake our children, they also have to be willing parties. We can't follow the old ways and advocate feudalism and old traditions, and let the parents decide the children's marriage. Zai Sheng is still young. He must focus his time and energy on the army. However, Chuchinxi is a young lady. It's different.